Welcome to Valuable Tips 101 by Carl, your coach, your trainer, your mentor. So today we're going to talk about the jump serve. And this particular serve is a very unique serve because it requires jumping and serving. So let's go. Imagine that there's a court right here and I have a ball right here. When doing the jump serve, first is you want to survey the court and where you want to put the ball. So imagine that there's a ball right here. You're going to flick it with your wrist, and then what you're going to do is attack the weakest side on the opponent's court. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. So here's how we're going to do it. Do that, knees bent, and then attack. Let's do it in 2 times speed. Let's go. That's how you jump serve. And also, be careful not to go over the line because that will be a violation and a penalty. So let's go. Real quick, we're going to be talking about the set and the toss. Now, the set and the toss, ideally, you're going to receive when your opponent, ideally your libero is going to dig the ball. And if you're the setter, what you're going to do is set the ball. So how do we do the set? So first, you have to have a nice balance in your stance. You have to be aware of where your spikers are in the court, and you have to be aware of where the blockers are on the other side of the court or your opponents. Are we recording? Let's just check if you're recording. Alright, we're recording. So what we're going to do is our elbows are bent and we're only going to use this part of our hands. We're not going to palm the ball because that's going to be a violation. So with a flick of the wrist, and if you want more energy, if you want more power, we're going to use our forearm and our arms to extend. So this is going to be the example, right? Imagine that the ball is right here in front of me. What I'm going to do is elbows bent. Make sure that you're in a stable position, and then extend your arms so that you can have more power, so that your spikers can go up and then go for the shot. So let's go for what we call the dig. Okay, so digs require strength in your arms and your body, and it requires stability. You got to be able to control the ball on where it's going to go. Ideally, you want to set it to your setter so that your setter can set it properly to your spiker. So if you're going to dig, ideally you're the libero, ideally it's going to come in an angle where it's from a spike. So I'm not quite too sure for the degree of the angle, but that's how they're going to play it. Sometimes there's a backspin, different type of spin that the spikers are going to use against you. You have to be aware of that, and you have to be aware where it's going to go. So imagine that there's a spike coming right here in front of me. If it's not coming directly at me, I have to catch it. So I have to run as fast as I can. So there's different types of dig. You can dig with your feet, you can dig with just one hand, you can dig with both of your hands. Ideally, the fundamentals is doing like is having a stable position. You gotta be your glutes has to be secured. Your hind leg must be bent so that you can have more extension early on. Ideally, you really don't need to put much force in terms of the digging part of the process. All you got to do is to make sure that you're going to get the ball to your setter. Little power involved in terms of the arm extended and external movement, because you're basically going to reflect the spike's power on your wrist. So ideally, there's a ball right here. What you're going to do is to make it bounce off your wrist in a way that your setter can get it properly. So the next one would be the block. So one of the easiest way to score a point if you're on the defensive side is the block. You don't have to be a middle blocker to block a shot. If you are in the proper position for blocking, you can block the shot. So ideally, you want to be as close to the net as possible without touching the net. So you want to intercept the spike or any throw that your opponent is going to give you. So to be able to do that, there's different types of blockers. Ideally, they teach you to jump on both feet. So you got to have a wide stance, right? And you're going to anticipate where the ball is going to come from, and then you're going to extend and then block. Make sure that you are your hands are as wide as possible so that you can get more surface area and more ways to deflect the ball. So we're going to show it to you in real quick. Okay? So we're going to anticipate where it's going to go. And the ball is right here. Extend and then block it. Thank you for watching. This has been Volleyball Tips 101 by your coach, your mentor, and your friend, and your everyday hero, volleyball coach hero, the West, Carl.